are listening to the THC show, Two Hotheads on Cannabis, with your hosts, Steve Epstein.
Not afraid.
And Mike Can.
You will be. You will.
RegularRadio.com.
You're listening to the Two Hotheads on Cannabis. I'm Steve Epstein. You can call us at 617-606-4122. We want to hear back from anybody who's down at the GMM. They celebrated 420 on schedule at the statue of the great Samuel Adams, American patriot, leader of the rabble of the city of Boston, a great man. And they're heading down.
What was some of the great things that he did, Steve?
Well, he was the man actively involved with the Sons of Liberty in planning acts of civil disobedience, such as throwing the tea into the harbor, Mike.
And I think he also did some other things too, didn't he?
I think Wikipedia's advertisements, Wikipedia's page on him is pretty accurate. Samuel Adams, patriot, brewer. He was the executor of the estate of the late Lieutenant Governor Dummer and established Governor Dummer Academy in Byfield, Massachusetts in 1764, right where you
Which is right on the Parker River.
Right on the Parker River. Because we're Parker.
Good place to swim if you know what you're doing.
We're Parker River boys.
Yep. Yes, we are.
We would really love to hear from them out there, but we heard second in the musical interlude Red Bellows playing Slumbers, which is an unregular radio
Top local track.
of the
Awesome.
week.
Yeah, of the week. That's the music is amazing. Even before that Bob Marley, I was just like, you just hear those words. He just did it so simply and so beautifully. Just even that song, which is such like a crossover like such a big hit. It's still, you can listen to it every time, and it's always there. It will never go away.
Was a prophet, Michael.
Yeah.
Did you ever see one of his shows?
I've seen them on video.
Yeah.
I never went to it.
Yeah.
You did, right?
Yeah, I saw a couple of his shows. It was electric.
Yeah.
It was electrifying. When he was on, it was excellent, and he was on most of the time. The CIA killed him, I think. But
I think maybe they definitely seem to have. I think they definitely seem to have attempted to support people who did try to kill him at least one time. I mean, he got shot up.
Yeah,
he supported the candidate against the CIA in our government, and they shot him up for it.
Yeah, they shot him up for it.
And it's like, and then he died of cancer. And High Times ran a story. Who knows about that? There's a story about that. If that guy is actually, there's like one fact it all hinges on, and it's like someone needs to like kind of research that. It was like someone said that William Colby's son was like a documentary filmmaker who is down hanging out with Bob Marley down in Jamaica.
It's out there, but we're good.
So it's like someone should look it up. Is that fact true? Is it? Because let's find out. Yeah.
You said there's lots of news. Why don't you simply tell us one news story and then we'll discuss it?
Which one would you like to talk about? Because
I don't care which one you want to talk about. Pick a story. Do you want to talk about the fact that 2 out of the 5 candidates at the first Republican convention
made
marijuana policy an issue of the campaign?
I would like to talk. Yeah. All right. Let's go about what are the other ones? Because that one I would love to talk about. But what are the other ones?
We just talked about it. All it is it's an issue of the campaign, and the next debate will be.
Who were the 2 candidates, first of all?
Ron Paul,
and
Congressman
Gary Johnson, Governor Gary Johnson,
Governor of
Congressman
of
Ron
Mexico,
Paul,
and Congressman Ron Paul.
These guys are awesome.
They were the only peace candidates amongst the Republicans, and in that I mean peace and kindness in the broadest sense,
the best sense.
Yeah,
you can be peaceful and moral,
and you
can be peaceful and moral. I think that people forget that. They think conservative means that you can be a warmonger and not peaceful. That's not what a conservative is. A conservative is a moral person, you know, and that means you are peaceful.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's I don't know. I love these two candidates, Ron Paul and Gary Johnson. I'd like to see them on a ticket. If they don't win this time, like they just ran an AP story. He is the Republican candidate that is polling the best against Obama. So how can they say he's unelectable? How can the Republican Party? Ron Paul, that was just the story. He beat Huckabee. He's got the best polls. He's like down 6 points from Obama. It was like 47-41.
I'd like to see these polls.
And this is Ron Paul still isn't known like an Obama. If he won this ticket, he's going to get much more exposure. I think this is a close race, and I think Ron Paul could win it for the Republicans with Gary Johnson on the ticket.
I think it would be a very strong ticket against the administration, especially if the government tinkering with the economy proves to not get us out of the recession by November of 2000.
Can you imagine if we elected Ron Paul?
We'd be electing the oldest man ever elected.
What if it is Ron Paul versus Obama? Think about that.
Now, think about that.
Well, is Obama still going to not support legalization? Is he still going to crack down on medical with Ron Paul running against them? Seriously? I mean, we're getting there. I don't care what anybody says. Legalization, and even beyond that, we're not supposed to talk about this, but we agree on it. Steve Peace. Our U.S. foreign policy terrorizes people. We are the biggest terrorists in the world, our government.
Yes.
So why is the media always talking about other people's terrorism?
That's one argument to be made. We certainly have too much invested overseas in American lives.
Definitely. Let's invest it back
should be
here.
over there where they need to be brought home.
Let's invest it back here and on freedom and true safety. True safety is freedom, you know?
Well, they just showed that all they need is a Navy. All they need is a Navy.
Can I talk about another story here?
What else?
Tufts University.
What about Tufts University?
Tufts University for years has had these events, these spontaneous events. If you look at the campus, I think there are a lot of kind of upper class kids. You know, it's a smart university. The people who live up there, I from my experience, and
I think the administration there has,
and they like to party. Michael. They've had some fraternities, and there may be some neighbor concerns and things like that. But at the same time, they have an event every year where one was like a nude walk or something like that, right?
Well, it's a streak, but yeah.
Right. And they cracked down on it without telling the kids this year. And something happened. I don't know enough about that.
Yeah.
But there was another incident where on 420 every year, the university for years at noon and at midnight at 420 on the date of 420 every year, they would all smoke up on the library roof. So at midnight, there'd be like 100 people up there smoking up. And me and DJ Slim found out about it and were invited by some of the students to go up there and film. And we did. And it was awesome video. Like, if you go look it up, it makes the kids look good, in my opinion. I mean, they're smoking out, but like they're doing music. We had like a rap thing going, like spontaneous. It was a good feeling. It was safety. There was no issues. There was no one being a jerk. It was like, it's creative. You know, and I don't understand. Like, the police have seen it, and now they crack down.
No, well,
now they.
It's not the Tufts police. Listen. The Tufts police don't do anything to the kids when they're on campus that the administration doesn't want them to do.
I think you're right in a lot of cases.
If you go back and read the Tufts Daily, you can see a lot of news on this. I think we spent enough time on the Tufts University, but if there are Tufts alumni out there, you should call the alumni office and complain.
And write a letter to the Tufts Daily.
And write a letter to the president of the university.
Yeah, and the university. And like, I don't understand why. You're a lawyer. It seems like they handcuffed this kid.
I don't know.
They handcuffed the kid up there
for that. Police
at 420 without telling these kids they're going to crack down every year. When the police turn the other,
I don't know what the kid was charged with. I think you can also, if you're really curious, Mike, go over.
He wasn't charged apparently. There was no report of a charge in that Tufts Daily story.
There has to be a log entry.
I know. We want to see it. Like I don't see it.
It's easy, Mike.
You want to go? I'm not an attorney.
You go to the Somerville. You go to the Tufts University security office, and you request to view their
Steve. I think
incident log.
I don't even think we need to go that far because I think it's a foregone conclusion. The kid wasn't arrested. If he was, it would have been in the paper. Right. Part of the story. They printed all the stuff. The kid didn't get arrested, but they handcuffed him.
All right.
And they.
Stand up for your rights.